Medusa's curse, beauty turned into a terrifying power. There's a name that echoes through the corridors of Greek mythology, a name synonymous with terror, tragedy, and transformation. Medusa. She's often depicted as a monster, a Gorgon whose gaze turns men to stone. But what if I told you that Medusa wasn't always the fearsome figure we think of today? What if her story began not with horror, but with breathtaking beauty? And what if that beauty became her curse? Today, we dive into the haunting tale of Medusa, a story of beauty, betrayal, and the terrifying power that transformed her life forever. Medusa's origin. Medusa's story begins far from monstrosity. She was not born a Gorgon, as many believe. In fact, Medusa was a mortal woman, unlike her immortal Gorgon sisters, Stheno and Euryale. Her beauty was legendary, so much so that poets and storytellers described her as the most enchanting woman in all of Greece, admiration of mortals and gods alike, and in ancient Greece, such attention was dangerous. Especially when it caught the eye of a god as powerful as Poseidon, but Medusa's beauty was both a blessing and a curse. The betrayal. Medusa was a devoted priestess of Athena, goddess of wisdom and warfare. She served in Athena's temple, swearing an oath of chastity. Her life was one of piety and devotion, until Poseidon entered the picture. Poseidon, god of the sea, was captivated by Medusa's beauty. But what began as admiration turned into something far darker. One fateful day, Poseidon confronted Medusa inside Athena's temple. What happened next is a point of contention among storytellers. But the most enduring version of the myth tells us that Poseidon violated Medusa in Athena's sacred space. Instead of protecting her, Athena's response was swift and merciless. Some say it was anger at the desecration of her temple. Others suggest it was jealousy of Medusa's beauty. Whatever the reason, Athena cursed Medusa. The curse. The curse was brutal. Medusa's stunning beauty was stripped away, replaced by a monstrous visage. Her once lustrous hair became a nest of venomous snakes. And her gaze became a weapon of unimaginable power, capable of turning anyone who met her eyes into stone. Medusa was no longer a mortal woman. She was now a Gorgon, exiled and feared, condemned to a life of isolation. The power of fear. Medusa's curse became her shield and her sword. While she was feared as a monster, it's worth considering, was she truly monstrous? Or was she a victim of divine cruelty, wielding a power she never asked for? Many sought to defeat her, lured by the promise of glory. But most failed, falling victim to her petrifying gaze. Each stone figure in her lair was a testament to their hubris and her unyielding resilience. Perseus and the climax. Enter Perseus, a hero tasked with an impossible mission, to retrieve Medusa's head. Armed with divine gifts, a reflective shield from Athena, winged sandals from Hermes, and a sword from Hephaestus, Perseus set out to confront the Gorgon. Using the reflective shield to avoid her deadly gaze, Perseus approached Medusa as she slept. In a single, calculated strike, he severed her head. Even in death, Medusa's power endured. Her severed head became a weapon, capable of turning enemies to stone. Perseus used it to defeat monsters, protect his loved ones, and even as a gift to Athena, who placed it on her shield as a symbol of triumph. Legacy and redemption. But Medusa's story doesn't end with her death. Over the centuries, she's been reimagined countless times, as a monster, a victim, and even a feminist icon. Her tale forces us to ask difficult questions about beauty, power, and the way society punishes those who defy its norms. Was Medusa truly a monster? Or was she a symbol of resilience, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable cruelty, there is strength in survival? Thank you for joining us on this journey into one of mythology's most compelling tales. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories from the ancient world. It's original.